And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the final series of the night. It's been a long one. We've had a lot of best of threes, a lot of mirror matchups, even some upsets as well. A lot of high quality StarCraft. And it all ends with Cure versus Cyan with one final TvP.
Yeah, and again, this is quite an interesting TvP at that, because Cyan has shown some pretty good games even today, and I mean, we cannot underestimate a Camel.
Exactly, you can't underestimate them because they just have such tenacity in their games, especially in WTL and Kung Fu Cup, even in these tournaments like the Masters Coliseum. I want to believe, but the reality is that Cure isn't just one of the best Terrans in the world. Arguably, Cure has the best TvP in the world. A lot of people look to Cure in this matchup. He's the best of the best, so this is going to be a very tough matchup for Cyan. I wish him the best.
Oh yeah, definitely wish him the best. I mean, Cure is quite a titan to face in a match, and I have a question to the chat. What is the text behind Cyan on his door? What does it say?
Can anyone translate the text there? Can anyone let us know what is going on? Give us the memes, buddy. Give us the memes.
Do you think this is for the stream, or do you think this is just something that hangs on his door? Like, is it like
it's for the stream?
Is it like do not disturb or something?
It has to be for the stream, I imagine. I
don't know.
It's so perfectly placed.
Yeah, but it looks like it should be on the other side of the door. So I don't know.
Maybe.
It's actually Cyan, like the champion of the world or something. Like you know, like a movie star, like has a name on the door.
It says Dark Slayer. That's what it says.
Yeah.
But yeah, for now we do have our vetoes between our two players. Cure going for some of the more macro-oriented maps, vetoing both Neo-Humanity and Altitude makes a lot of sense. Doesn't want the Protoss player to be too comfortable on Phoenix Colossus. Meanwhile, Cyan going to be vetoing some of the smaller maps there in Babylon and even Gressvan as well.
Interesting picks for sure, and we are left with Dragon's Case, Ancient Cistern, and Royal Blood.
Back. I see Einstein in the chat. He's letting us know. It says sub to the CranKy Ducklings. Oh, quack.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Of course, Cyan would have that on his door.
Yeah, Cyan, he's a big fan of the Ducklings. He may be a camel, but you know, all animals, we look out for each other.
That we do.
We're animals.
That we do. We're animals.
And in the top left-hand corner, we have Cure. And in the bottom right-hand corner of Dragon Scales for SSLT, the Starving Camels, it is Cyan.
Nailed it. Oh boy.
Here we go. And again, Cure is going to be a terrifying player. He was even looking scary in our previous big event in Gamers 8, but yeah, we'll see how he does here. We'll see if Cyan can kind of make him work for it, can make him bleed even, can bring him down like he did to Dark.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Cyan has that in him. Like, he definitely can have some really surprising results. So I guess we just have to wait and see what he brings to this series. As for now, he's not going for anything tricky, just, you know, the regular plays.
Yeah, so far everything is looking as it should. Cure is going for a double gas opener, so a little bit more of an aggressive opener coming out from Cure. Meanwhile, we can see Cyan, he's checking for proxies. He doesn't want to get cheesed out. He doesn't want to get clowned on. Wants to make sure that he's safe and sound here as he goes for his own expansion.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as much as Cure is more of, I would say, is more of a macro player, like, cheesing is definitely not beneath him. Like, he has done that before, so it's good for Cyan to check out, to make sure that he doesn't lose to anything silly, and, you know, can get into his game.
Yeah, there we go. The probe is moving out across the map for that scout. Likewise, could be passing here with the SCV as they do move through each other. Again, Cure, because that second gas geyser, that means he has a faster factory. It means he has a delayed natural base. This could lead towards a one base all-in. We have seen that in the past from players like Gumiho, but as you mentioned, even though Cure can be a little bit cheesy at times, I don't see him going for something as crazy as that.
Yeah, probably not. I guess time will tell, but like, for now, we will not have anything crazy. I like that probe from Cyan just hiding in the base. Just don't mind me, I'm working here.
He just sucked it in, just hugged the wall, and he was able to avoid that Reaper. As we do see Cure going across the map as well, is going to be harassing the mineral line, looking for a probe kill, and it looks like he will already get one.
Yeah, only one, and the Adept will chase it off. At the same time, Cyan did put down his Twilight Council, and I don't think Cure has quite seen it with that Reaper, so I guess that's a little bit of a win for Cyan.
Yeah, he does hide his tech for the time being, and his tech of choice, as you mentioned, is going to be a Twilight Council. This should be for Blink for Cyan. And meanwhile, back at home, CC is on the way for Cure. He is expanding and working on his starport behind this. Meanwhile, the first Reaper has joined forces with another.
Yeah, with 2 Reapers it will definitely be much more easy to kite this Adept, but still, no probes are falling. I think one of them died now.
Oh, yeah, now 2 workers have gone down, but for the price of a Reaper, as Cyan is able to fight back. At the same time, the Hellion does dip into the natural base. We can see Cyan is being pulled apart. Another probe is going down.
Yeah, the Hellion not quite finding the great connections, but he is taking down the probes one by one, and in total 4 are going down.
Yeah, that's pretty substantial, especially this early on in the game. You can see, oh, I thought he was going to drag the mine shot for some friendly fire, but regardless, oh, he wants it.
He's trying to. He's really trying.
Won't get it in the end, as the probe gets cleaned up. 5 probes in total and lost mining time. A good amount of damage done from the Terran player, as Cyan is setting up back at home with Blink.
Yeah, that's his, but at the same time, Cure is preparing a Widowmine drop, and I mean, the Blink will definitely be helpful with defending that, but it all matters on if Cyan is able to spot it in time. He is sending out some scouts around the map, but I don't know if he can see the Medivac.
Yeah, Cyan, he still can only warp in 1 unit at a time. He's only got 1 gateway. He has 2 more on the way, so it's going to be 3 Gate Blink Stalker. Not the most committed. No, never mind. He throws down a 4th gateway, so 4 Gate Blink Stalker. Far more committed here out of Cyan, but the drop is coming in and he's distracted. Oh no!
He's not looking! Papi!
Ah! He's not looking. 8 probes go down. You can see a shake of the head there from Cyan. His economy is in shambles. It started with the Reapers. It's ending here with the Widow Mines. And Cyan, again, after going for 4 gateways, he has to do some counter damage with these Stalkers. He has to do something.
I like how the Hellion even gets another probe as it was trying to take that 3rd base, so things are not looking great for Cyan, but he's now trying to attack the base of Cure, and the defenses are strong there as well.
Yeah, he has a full wall off. He has a tank on the high ground as well. The drop is coming back in. This time Cyan is looking. He will be able to react. Will he though? No, he's not looking!
Only half of the mineral line has reacted, and 7 more probes are going down. Like, those were quite a few losses for Cyan already.
Yeah, his economy, again, it's really rough right now. It's really rough right now. He has to commit to this attack. He has a prism across the map. Again, he has those 4 gateways, so he can warp in 4 Stalkers at a time. He has to make something happen here. He has to push in. He can go into the main base, but Cure, I believe, has a tank in position. We'll see if Cyan can bust through that anyway.
Well, he will try, as he is blinking straight into the main base. He may even try to get this Raven, but I don't think he has enough. Only 3 Stalkers and even losing them.
Yeah, 2 Stalkers go down. They take a massive tank volley to the face. Not a good start for Cyan, as he has to commit. He has to warp in. He has to keep on pushing into the main base because there is no other option available to him.
Yeah, and he will try again. He did snipe a unit. I think it might have been... No, it was just one of the buildings, I guess. And now with the tank being there, yeah, he will eat more shots.
Yeah, he does get one of the tanks. Stim isn't done yet, but we can see that Cure is just bullying Cyan out of the main base. We saw the units lost tab earlier. Cyan has lost 22 probes already throughout the course of this game. You can see that reflected in the current worker counts as well. And Cyan, he's just, yeah, on a rough road to recovery here. He needs to pick off so many units. Like, if he gets a couple more tanks, if he can maybe deny Stim, that would be amazing, but it's going to be difficult to really get that far in.
As more Widow Mines are firing. Only 3 probes going down this time, but a Stalker as well. And yeah, those are a lot of losses for Cyan, and he just cannot break Cure in any way. He cannot find the opening.
Yeah, he cannot find that opening. We do see Cure just trying to find another way in instead. Sorry, Cyan trying to find another way in. He's going to be distracting here at the natural base with the Stalkers. I believe his Prism is trying to slip into the main at the same time. And is looking to try to maybe get a warp in as well, as SCVs are going to be going down in the main.
Yeah, he does warp in a few of the Stalkers, or maybe they were loaded in, but only 3 SCVs total are going down, and both the natural and the main base are fairly secure.
Yeah, and everything's going to change now that Stim is finishing. Stim is 10 seconds away, which means Cure can push out. It means that he doesn't have to rely on the tanks to kill the Stalkers. He can rely on his Marines and Marauders as well. Good target firing, but good juggling at it. Cure saving that tank.
Yeah, the tank is saved. I would like to see it repaired. That would be nice, but Cure is just going forward. He decides he has enough of this.
Yeah, exactly. At the same time, I believe the Prism did try to go back into the main base, but Cure did leave some reinforcements back at home to defend as he's pushing out across the map. He's got the Raven for anti-armor missile for auto-retrieve disables if he needs them. The drop is keeping Cure busy, but I think the Prism was even recalled back home, and Cyan, we'll see if he can hold.
Yeah, I don't know if he can. I mean, he has these Stalkers, like he's working on his RoboBay, he's working on charge, like he doesn't have all this tech, he doesn't have the upgrades, he doesn't even have all that many units.
Yeah, exactly. But here we go. The tanks were left exposed. The tanks are going to be going down one after the other. So good pick up for Cyan. But the Bio Army busts into the natural base. The Nexus is going to go down.
Yeah, the Nexus is going down, and that will be it for the first game of Cure versus Cyan.
GG, a very powerful performance there out of Cure. A very solid play, just pulling Cyan apart from the beginning. It started with the Reapers, then the Widowmine drops, and then the Hellions even as well. The pressure was on Cyan to make something happen, but Cure was ready for it at every step, at every turn.
Yeah, he definitely was, and it's just really rough. It's like Cyan's like, ha, I'm gonna get. No, no, this, also not this one. No, here, no, also not here. It's like he just couldn't get anything done.
Yeah, it's just a snowball effect. Over the course of that game, like Cure just getting a little bit further and further ahead, and by the time the Stalker attack came, it was a little bit too late at that point. But we'll see if that changes here. Game 2 is going to be on Ancient Cistern, a much larger map, much more macro-oriented, and hopefully Cyan has a little bit more breathing room here in Game 2.
Yeah, hopefully he will be able to show a bit more of his own play, because again, like, Cure was just, you know, completely defended on every front, and he just didn't let Cyan get into his game really, so we'll see how it goes in game number 2.
We shall see. Again, Ancient Cistern, a much larger map in the map pool. As a result, we could see the game actually get into the mid game. We could even see Cyan go for something a little bit different, like a Stargate opener as well. Phoenixes would not be a bad option here on Ancient Cistern for map control, to shut down drops, to shut down even Widowmine drops as well.
Yeah, that would definitely be useful, considering how many probes fell down to the Widowmines in last game. I mean, I just hope Cyan can save those probes, those poor working probes. They were just trying to do their job.
Exactly. They just wanted to get to work. They just wanted to you know, clock in and out 9 to 5. But Cure said no to that, to all of that, and here we go. We're loading into the next game.
Yeah, in the top right of Ancient Cistern, we have Cure currently up 1-0.
Doing a Migs impression, and in the bottom left-hand corner, we have Cyan for the Starving Camels.
Curious Migs confirmed. That's what we learned today. I mean, that's why they're so good at Terran, both of them.
I was about to say that maybe the Duckface and Terran, there's like a correlation there, you know, like yeah. There's something going on. I'm not quite sure what. I feel like research is going to have to be invested into this study.
We need to get Asher to do his best duck face.
Yeah, if Asher can also pull off a good duck face, then we have a theory.
We need to get Sargi on that.
Beautiful, beautiful. As for now, we do see Cyan once again checking for proxies, making sure he doesn't get cheesed out of this, making sure he's safe and sound back at home. You okay? Are you thinking of the duck face? Are you messaging Saji?
Maybe.
Like, Saji, we need a study. Get the lab on it.
For those who have not been here since the beginning of all time, Sargi was known for being a person who works at the lab. Hey, Joy works at the lab too, right?
True. Yeah.
Yeah, we have all
We
the
got
scientists needed.
We have scientists in the chat. We do. We have the technology. We have the power.
That's
There's
definitely how it
Saji,
works.
he's one of the OG cranky ducklings from back in the day, from back in 2014, 2015 era of StarCraft. It's an OG duckling, fake Korean, if you will. But before we get into that, we have our game before us, and Cure, he gets across the map with his SCV. He's going for a cheeky bunker behind the mineral line. The bunker is unscouted, and the Reaper is on the way.
Yeah, you were saying how Cyan is checking for the proxies and stuff, but he's definitely not checking for proxies in his base, proxy bunker to be precise. So this Reaper may get a few kills. He already gets one probe.
Yeah, one probe goes down, the bunker is done, and the goal of this bunker is to deny mining. Zero mining happening right now in the natural base of Cyan. Or even the scouting probe gets caught out by the Marine, and Cyan is going to have to invest into a shield battery on the low ground to eventually deal with this bunker. He's going to be making probes, but the probes are rallied into the main. He's going to be heavily oversaturated for quite some time.
Yeah, so that's definitely very annoying. I mean, we said in the last game that Cyan was down in the workers, that the probes were dying left and right, but in this game, I mean, he has the workers. He can't mine anyway.
Can't get to work, Papi. Can't get to work. There's a bunker and a Reaper blocking the entryway into the work site, and Reaper actually goes into the main as well. Oh, does get surrounded for a moment, and it will go down.
Yeah, the probes actually helped dealing with the Reaper. I guess the workers were done with this. What are those disruptions? Just decided to go in.
Yeah, there we go. And now Cyan can finally mine from his natural base, but it was a good disruption from Cure to be able to slow down the economy of Cyan as much as he did. Behind this, he's building up his forces, getting his natural up and running, and we have a mine drop soon to be upon us.
Yeah, once again, Cure definitely liking his mine drops. I mean, they did it amazingly in the previous game, so they may do so again, but this time Cyan is a little bit more aware of this as he's chasing this stray Widow mine here.
Yeah, it looks like one of these mines is going to be hunted down. The mine actually scuttling farther away from that attempt. No! One more shot! No!
It went down.
It went down. It did.
I honestly thought that the Widow miner is gonna run all the way up the map, and then the Medivac is gonna pick it up, like right in front of the Adept.
Would have been amazing. Would have been amazing. Unfortunately, when it comes to the mine drop, only a single mine. The first one, of course, we just saw it be hunted down, and it did fall. So a little bit less firepower here in this drop as the mine is coming in, and Cyan does get eyes on it. He will react in time.
Yeah, he had a nice spotter panel there, so he was aware exactly of where the drop is, and he pulls just in time as well. So no damage done this time. Cyan definitely way more aware of the Widow mine threat this time.
Yeah, only one probe. Lost mining time, yes, but that could have been a lot worse. We've seen a lot worse in game number 1. So, yeah, very nicely handled. Meanwhile, the Adept does commit to the shade. A bit of an oversight from Cyan. We'll be losing it without seeing too much.
No. This was all planned. This was because now the depot on the ramp is damaged. So when Cyan decides to move in, he will be able to kill that depot faster.
So what you're saying is that Cyan, he's going to keep shading in single Adepts and until he eventually kills that depot.
And the reactor as well. Don't forget, reactor is also damaged.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what makes it worth it. He gets both.
Pro strats.
Aye. Behind this, Cyan, he did open up triple gateway. I should say Blinkstalker, 3-gate Blinkstalkers here into a third base, so very economic overall. We have a robotics bay on the way for Colossus production, and we mentioned it earlier on a map like Ancient Cistern, much more macro-oriented. We are getting into the mid-game. Cyan actually has a decent economy.
Yeah, he has a decent economy, and he's also fending off the attacks from Cure. He was able to deal with the Widow mine earlier, and now the Raven was trying to get some damage done, but Stalkers are actually recalled to the third base to make sure that that does not come to pass. And I guess Cyan is doing a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. Again, he's getting into his own game. First Colossus is in production. Cure, Keen Eyes does shut down that observer that was spying on his bases, so he's going to be able to keep Cyan in the dark a little bit longer and force another observer out as he's moving out with his Stalkers. And a bit of a misrally. We'll lose one of them already.
Yeah, he didn't quite notice the army in time, and he will pay with a Starker for it, but I'm a little bit worried because Cyan has all this tech coming up, all these upgrades, the Colossus is out finally, but I don't think he quite has the numbers yet, and it looks like Cure is about to move across the map.
Yeah, the defense relies heavily on his first Colossus. It's already out, it's at his third base, but it needs to get damage done, it needs to chip away at this army. Will he be able to do so, though? Because as you mentioned, we do have a lot of Marines pushing up the ramp.
Yeah, oh, nice force fields, actually dividing the Marines. Cure does pick them up, but a few of them were already fried, but still, there's not a lot of support for this Colossus.
Yeah, and the Raven is getting ready to come in from behind. The goal here is that once Cure pushes towards that third base, the Raven disables the Colossus as well, and Cure can snowball out of control. The Raven now joining the main army, Cure bringing everything together.
Yeah, Cyan is trying his best. There are shield batteries here as well. The Colossus is disabled, so the rest of the army will have to fight. The second Colossus joins in. The Widowmine fires on the army, and a lot of it is already damaged.
Yeah, and there's a second disable on the second Colossus as well. The ground army for Cyan is plummeting in supply, but the disables are running out, and it looks like with the power of these two Colossus, can Cyan hold on?
Yeah, just barely. The tank is still standing strong, but the two Colossus are all alone and trying to fight for their life, and it looks like they will just do it.
There we go, Cyan. He barely holds on. He gets away with the third base. He's up in workers. He preserves his Colossus count. We have a third Colossus on the way. Cyan did lose his gateway army, but he survives.
He survives, but I will say this was very scary, and I think Cyan knows that as well. Like those completely naked Colossi trying to fight the Terran armies. Definitely not ideal scenario, but as you said, he did survive, and he will try to counterattack.
He is going for that big counterattack. I'm concerned about this, though, because the Colossus are exposed, and one of them does go down. This time there is no overcharge to keep them alive.
Yeah, one of them goes down. The second one is damaged, but it survives, and it is dealing with this army, but there is a lot of Marauders here, and they are going straight to the Protoss army.
Yeah, they take down the second Colossus. This was an overextension from Cyan. He did not find enough damage. He lost more than when he showed up, and at the same time, a mine drop comes in. 13 probes go down.
Yeah, Cyan was a bit too busy dealing with this attack. Even he's shaking his head to himself. Like, he knows that he was a bit too distracted, and losing an entire mineral line like that, it definitely hurts.
Yeah, and even if he hadn't lost that, losing both Colossi is devastating, and now Cure is building up or rebuilding his army, mustering up so many more Marauders as well. Cyan is getting ready for a Zealot run-by and a Zealot drop into the main, but Cure is moving out across the map.
Yeah, that he is. He's sniping another observer, so Cyan will be alerted to this, but he's trying to prepare a defense, and I don't know he has enough. Like, this army from Cure is looking quite impressive, actually.
Yeah, I think Cyan has two Colossus at this point. Two Colossus back at home, and here we go. The Zealots, they do go in. Reinforcers will clean up the Zealots at the third base, and the Reinforcers will try to deal with the Zealots in the main, but we get another big warp in. Cure, he's focusing on his attack.
Yeah, he's going forward. The fourth base of Cyan is exposed. The Zealots are not being cleaned up, but the Cure has all his army on the front. One of the Colossus is disabled, the second is going down, and now this is just his ground army.
Yeah, a big dive out of Cure. He shuts down the Colossus. He gets on top of the army, and that may just be it. We have a couple of Zealots, but the mine shots are going to be zoning them away, and Cure has broken the fourth, and he's soon looking to break the natural.
Yeah, and there are so many Widow Mines with this army as well. Like, only one of them or two fired. The rest of them are still active. We have one Colossus, so that will definitely be helpful, even with the overcharge.
Yeah, the overcharge is going to be able to keep the Colossus alive. Cure overextending a little bit. He's going to have to respect that he backs off, and even though he can't break the natural, he just rotates over. Oh, no, the mines! The minefield!
Yeah, Cure left a field of mines in front of the base of Cyan, and most of the army goes down. The Colossus is finished off, and GG is called.
GG, well played. Cure takes down Cyan 2-0 in a very clinical fashion. A powerful performance of the TvP of Cure. Game number 2 was a little bit closer, and we saw Cyan defend the initial attack, but overextended afterwards. And the lead that he had, or any kind of momentum that he had, was gone from that point.
Yeah, I feel like it was going pretty decently for Cyan, but at that moment when he decided to counterattack, when he lost pretty much his entire army, when he lost all of those Colossi, I feel like, yeah, that's really when the game turned around, and Cure was just able to snowball, and he didn't let it go.
did not let it go at all. So again, a powerful performance there from Cure, as to be expected. He is one of the favorite players in this group, and tomorrow we'll be concluding Group D. This was the first half. Tomorrow is the second half. We have 8 matches, 8 best of 3s. Ryung, Lambo, DRG, Cure, Cyan, and Dark. They're all fighting for their lives in Group D. Only 3 will make it out. So far, we can see some players really distinguishing themselves from the rest of the pack, like Cure and like Dark, but there's still chances and opportunities for everyone else as well.
Yeah, there's definitely I mean, again, this is a round-robin group, and there will be more matches coming, and I guess tomorrow we will see which one of these players will be able to advance and which ones will end their run here.
Exactly. So if you want some more Masters Coliseum, we're going to be live with it tomorrow. Not just tomorrow, but every single day for the next 2 weeks, for the most part. And I think even more than 2 weeks, actually. A lot of Masters Coliseum here on the CranKy Ducklings. So make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you follow us here on Twitch, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on all the social medias for when we go live, and on our YouTube channel for the eventual VODs as well.
Yeah, indeed, the VODs will be going up soon TM. That's all I can really say about that, soon TM. But yeah, make sure to follow us, because there will be more coming. There will be... The Masters Coliseum is going for... yeah, about 2 weeks. The thing is that there will be actually a break between the group stage and the playoffs, because the WTL qualifiers are on. So it will be the group stage of Masters Coliseum, then it will be the qualifiers for World Team League, then it will be the Code A, then it will be the playoffs of Masters Coliseum again.
There you go. So back to back. Every day we're going to be live casting other CranKy Ducklings, as we usually do, to be fair. Even if there wasn't Master Coliseum, we'd be live every day anyway. So yeah, plenty of StarCraft going on here. If you're interested, if you enjoyed the cast, consider following us. And again, we're going to be live tomorrow with some more StarCraft with day 2 of Group D. Kur, why don't you let the people know a little bit more about yourself and where they can find you?
So, I am Kuro, also known as 16 Squad Sanseki, and you can find me here because I'm doing the behind the scenes for the CranKy Ducklings, the overlays, the social media, the publishing the VODs and so on. So I'm generally doing something related to the CranKy Ducklings, but when I'm not, I'm at Twitch TV/16 Squad Sanseki playing some usually other games. Maybe StarCraft eventually. One day. If you want to find all of my links, make sure to check bento.me/16 Squad Sanseki, because that includes all of my social media, because apparently there's a lot right now. But what about you, Lai?
You can follow me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I stream throughout the week. And yeah, I typically stream in the mornings. I'll try and stream tomorrow as well. Just some cheeky ladder sessions if you're interested in my solo content. But if you're only interested in the casting that we do, then the casting is here on the CranKy Ducklings. As I mentioned before, every day of the week, at least one, sometimes 2 or even 3 broadcasts a day. We're quite busy here on the CranKy Ducklings. So yeah, if you're interested, hit that follow button. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. We're going to be heading off for the night, and we're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid, so give them some love, give them some support.
Yeah, indeed. Spread the views, like, amongst all the StarCraft streamers, because that really helps everyone. Like, it's free and it helps.
There you go. With that, again, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thanks so much for your support. Kurt, do you have anything you want to say before we head off for the night?
Ask your friendly neighborhood Terran to make the best duck face. We need this for research.
There you go. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.